have a list here. It's not complete, and I cannot take credit for making this list up. It was done by a couple of Cavaliers that are still with us, of course. But they did a tremendous job, and I'll try to do it up as quick as I can. But there are occasionally a comment behind the name, and I'd like to read that comment. It's alphabetical. It says Steve Aiello, years March 1977 to 1980, played cymbals, timpani, and bongos, passed away in 2006. Steve was a hilarious guy, a Cavalier, and a good and generous friend. Worn out. 1948 to 1957. A soprano. Year of death, 2011. One of the original Troop 111 Boy Scouts, was the Troop 111 bugler, the first Cavalier bugler. And Warren was really into the drum corps. David Ells, I'm sorry, if I get some of these wrong. 1986 to 1988, was in the Guard. John Anderson, 1988, 89, in the Guard. Edmund L. Barnes, thank you. Edmund L. Barnes, they've only got 1957 here, but I think Al was with us 30 years. Believed to be the originator of our famous battle cry, Louie. Gary Barnes, 1977, passed away in 2008. Terry Barnes, nicknamed Scotty, 1969 to 1975. Soprano, mellophone, passed away 2002. He had a great sense of humor. Kelly Chen, 94 and 95, passed away in 2007. Martin Coffin, nicknamed Bone, passed away, was in the Corps in 82, played cymbals, passed away in 85. He was still with the Corps. Gilbert DeGrawi, that is Adolph's brother, nicknamed Gil, 1953 to 1958, played the snare drum, passed away in 2004, went under the board in Brother Adolph's first year marching.
All right, I wonder whose fault that was. Framed him.
We have to share the mic with the people who have ordered food. Dale's got a pizza for Gil.
Thank you. Temporary time off.
I've shared a lot of things, but that's the first time. Bob Falk. I don't have a date of years of March here, or anything about it, but I remember him.
Early 60s.
Early 60s. Clayton Farley, 1986, Guard. Year of death, 1996. Bob Faulkner, nicknamed Ace, 1954 to 1958, a rifle. Passed away in 2008. Louis Bible, nicknamed Lou, 1955 through 1959, flag guard sergeant, passed away in 03. Ken Felder, 1963, flag, Sal Ferreira. 1948 to 1977. Snare, brass arranger and instructor. An original Troop 111 Cavalier, Sal was the driving force that propelled the Corps to national prominence. That doesn't say enough, but we better go on.
We're going to have Jar Fiedler is going to speak. We'll just interrupt this for a little while so Jar can talk about Sal. Jar, would you come up, please?
Do I need the mic or can you all do it?
Got it.
I always heard it I look around at all of Sal's kids and realize there's many more of you can speak about Salvador's like football and University of Chicago and college. And there's many more of you better qualified to speak of the accomplishments in the drum corps.
It's a total of 82. I think it's best that I just read the names and the years. And otherwise we're liable to be here a long time.
Okay.
Tom Walker.
Peter, how do you feel, Tom?
Oh my God, it's The Walking Dead!
Man, that was great.
All right, hear me? I have about 12 pages to read here. My tribute is to Warren. We were friends 2 years later.
All right, where I left off at. The next name is David Fiedler. Dave Fiedler was the first drum major for the Cavaliers. He marched in 48 to 52 and again in 54 because he was in service. Dave and his wife unfortunately were killed in an automobile accident several years ago. Bob Folsom, 53 to 59. Michael Freeman, 67. Bill Green, Bob Greason, Wayne Grin, Kurt Grove, 68 to 76. Dennis Hagner. Tom Harding. That's Kathy's older brother. Mike Harding, Kathy's younger brother. And Kathy, are you here, Kathy? Anything you want to say?
Kathy!
Kathy was the Corps secretary, my secretary, for many years, and of course, if the trip was over 5 miles, she drove it. Thank you, Kathy. Tim Harris.
Wow.
Doug Heitman, who recently passed away in 2011. Scott Henderson, Roger Himmel, Bob Haynes, nicknamed Tootie, whoever the hell gave him that nickname, I don't know. Bob was in management as well as the Corps for a number of years.
Amen.
And of course, Dan Horst. Say a few words there. For those that that do not know we are in his establishment.
I just wanted to say a few words about Dan. Of course, his wife Gail is here. His son Michael's in the kitchen doing all the work for us today. But we're sitting in Oak Alley Saloon, which obviously Dan ran for many years. But more than that, to me, Dan was Mr. Cavalier as far as me growing up with the Corps. He always came around. Now, I marched in the 70s, so he was before me. But he was one of the guys that was always...
I got it. Richard Hubble, known as Speed. Patrick Humphrey. Jim Jacob, known as Jake. Chuck Johnson. Big Tom Caston, the Corps' Swami. Mike Kilborn. Erwin Korzinski. Bruce Kosowski. Ken Kramer. Marched in 48 to 54, one of the originals. Arthur Kirk. Steve Mackin. Neil McCauley. Chuck McCurdy. Dennis McCurdy. Patrick Milan. Joe Miller. Ken Manano, I'm sorry. Bernie Mix. Jerry Mix. Chase Mullen. Kenneth Nolan. I think everybody remembers Ken Nolan. If you don't, he'll come down and remind you.
Everybody else.
George O'Connor. Robert O'Connor. Dave Owen. Matt Page. Don Peterson. The only Cavalier that I am aware of that was killed in the war, and that was the Korean War. Vietnam War, I'm sorry.
1965.
I don't know of any others. Julian Robinson. Stephen Sadowski. Craig Sampson. Rick Smith.
Oh, Farmer.
Michael Shepard. Steve Schaefer. Chuck Schmerg.
Charlene.
Jim Snyder.
Snyder.
Ted Steiner.
Oh! You must stay, guys. Stay come for Puli Wahini.
Tim Steiner. Father and son.
You marched my old
Pete
man?
Stolberg.
Oh! Rockford!
Jeff and Kevin Kalowski. Terry Taylor.
Oh! He's the first.
Terry was also killed
In front of the hall.
in front of Cavalier Hall, was hit and dragged by a hit-and-run driver.
1960.
Scott Thompson, Bobby Watts, Bob Whitelaw, John Wilkins, Bob Williams, Corbin Yarwood,
Corby!
Mike Rochford, Wayne Zielinski.
Wayne!
this is the only list I have. I'm sure there were many more. But they all did their job. How about just a hand, a round of applause for the whole group.
Amen.
Cavaliers, there is no core we fear. We march along and sing this song, for we know that we never will go wrong. So march on to victory, Cavaliers, as we march on through the years. We march along and sing this song, for we are the Cavaliers. We are the Chicago Cavaliers. There is no core we fear. We march along and sing this song, for we know that we never ever will go wrong. So march on to victory, Cavaliers, as we march on through the years. We march along and sing this song, for we are the Cavaliers. Hey, 1, 2, 3, sway! 1965 Vietnam. Don was a sweet guy.